Hello and very happy to see you on my channel. This video we give you a piece of breaking news we just received. Prince Charles still paying Meghan and Harry's bills after they scored $150 million. While Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are celebrating their $150 million production deal with Netflix, Prince Charles, who is still financially supporting his son and daughter-in-law, is not happy that he found about the staggering large deal like the rest of us, from the press. You would think that Harry would give his dad the heads up that the deal was signed and that he wouldn't need family money anymore, but that didn't happen. After the couple made a big fuss about wanting to be financially independent and pay their own bills, neither of them mentioned the deal or the huge amount to anyone in the royal family, sources tell OK magazine. One reason for all the secrecy is Harry and Meghan didn't want to be asked any questions about the deal. The family would have asked them, why is Netflix paying such a large amount to two people who have zero experience as producers? They also didn't want to hear the answers, adds a source. They are only being paid this massive amount of money because of their connection to the royal family. Meghan has always seen Harry's family as negative and controlling, and so now does Harry. Although there are a lot of good questions that should have been asked that probably were not. No company is going to pay $150 million to anyone without wanting something big in return. The fear amongst the family is Harry and Meghan might not realize it, but they are being paid to be ambassadors for the brand. The two of them will end up hosting cocktail parties for Netflix shows like The Crown or their upcoming musical about Princess Diana. Plus, no one has mentioned to Prince Charles that he doesn't need to send those monthly checks anymore. On September 2nd, the New York Times reported that the red-headed royal and the Suits alum recently signed a multi-year deal with Netflix, which will pay them to make various types of programming, documentaries, feature films, scripted shows, and more. The question is, why Charles puts up with this leech instead of telling him to grow up. They always be the thieves of the British people, taking their money and daddy's money while lording it over his family and anyone else who will listen. Stripping them completely of their titles, no attachment whatsoever. Let's see how far they will get. Meanwhile, although royal panic over Meghan Markle and Harry's new plan, but the Queen helpless. Clearly, Her Majesty is desperately worried about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's new project, but knows she is unable to act. The Queen is strongly against the Sussexes' new multi-million-pound Netflix deal, an insider has claimed, but knows it is too late to change their mind. The Queen is conscious of the pitfalls involved when royal family members enter the business world, after blunders in the past, a source said. However, the source said she knows it is too late to do anything. They said, Her Majesty is all too aware of the pitfalls of when senior royals embark on lucrative projects. Prince Edward's production flop and some of the deals Sarah Ferguson has signed over the years, to name a few. Her view is simple. The royals are not for sale, and danger surrounds high-profile roles outside of the institution itself. But knowing her grandson Harry as she does, the Queen will know there would have been little chance of talking Harry and Meghan out of it. Prince Edward, the Queen's youngest son, founded a TV production company, Ardent, in 1993. However, the royal had to be bailed out by his mother after reporting losses every year after launching. Edward's company had also become employed in a row after it broke a filming embargo on Prince William while he was attending university in Scotland. The Earl of Wessex and his wife Sophie, who resigned from her PR firm, received a one-off payment from the Queen of £250,000 in 2009 and became working royals with a portfolio of duties to perform. The Queen, the insider who spoke to Daily Mail, added, had not been consulted or warned by the Sussexes prior to the signing of their deal with Netflix. They said, Harry did not inform Her Majesty about the Netflix deal. Meanwhile, another news related to Archie. Prince Charles may make law to free grandson Archie Harrison from royal burden. Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor I is seventh in line to the throne. However, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry decided against giving their son a royal title, choosing to raise him as a private citizen instead. Despite the doting parents' wishes to raise their son outside the royal bubble, he is fated to become a prince unless there is a royal law change. Constitutional expert Lane McMarthane explained that Archie will automatically become a prince when his grandfather, Prince Charles, ascends the throne. The expert told Express.co.uk, in the case of Archie, things change on the death of the Queen. At that moment, by law, Archie will become, whether he chooses to be or not, HRH, Prince Archie of Sussex for life. At his death, the HRH dies too. He can pass on to any male heir the title Duke of Sussex, but not HRH or Prince. He added, this comes from George V's letters patent of 1917 regulating the HRH. However, according to Meghan and Harry's unofficial biography, Finding Freedom, King Charles could make a huge change to free his grandson Archie from this title. Finding Freedom authors Omid Scobie and Carolyn Duran touch on the Sussexes' decision not to give Archie a title. They write, Harry and Meghan, who were going to register Archie for dual citizenship, decided to forego a title for their son because they wanted him to be a private citizen until he was at an age where he could decide which path to take. According to the book, Meghan and Harry were worried about Archie automatically becoming a prince when Charles is king and voiced their concerns. Mr. Scobie and Mr. Rand write, a source said the couple was worried about the day Prince Charles becomes king and Harry's children could inherit the title of prince or princess. They shared their concerns with Charles, who said he would consider when he became king issuing a new letter patent, a legal instrument in the form of a written order issued by a reigning monarch that would change the style to not have a senior role in the royal family, but have a title. A senior aide close to the couple said at the time, is just a burden. Whether or not Charles does issue an order to prevent Archie from becoming a prince remains to be seen. The decision will be his to make once he is king. When Charles ascends the throne, those in the line of succession will shift up a place, which means that unless Kate and William have another child before then, Archie will be sixth in line to the throne. As sixth in line, Archie will be affected by a rule outlined in the 2013 Succession to the Crown Act, which states those sixth in line and above are obliged to ask the presiding monarch for permission to marry. Mr. McMarthane explained how this piece of legislation is likely to affect Archie and his royal cousins, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Mr. McMarthane said, the 2013 Act sought to bring multiple pieces of outdated and discriminatory legislation relating to the monarchy up to date, and through this act, male primogeniture was abolished, allowing the firstborn child, irrespective of gender, to become heir apparent. The disqualification from inheriting the throne by marrying a Catholic was removed, and the Royal Marriages Act of 1772 was repealed, resulting in only the first 6 in line to the throne being required to obtain the sovereign's permission. Consequently, should the children of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge wish to marry, they will be required to seek the sovereign's permission. Rather than moving further away from this requirement, the Cambridge children will move closer when their grandfather, the Prince of Wales, inherits the throne. Indeed, with this movement, as things presently stand, it might be anticipated that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, son, should he marry, will have to seek the sovereign's permission unless one of his 3 cousins marry and have children first, as he will be the 6th in line when his grandfather is king. Meanwhile, while Harry and Meghan, it's no surprise the pair want to branch out and try new careers ever since they stepped back from their royal duties earlier this year. In fact, the California native, who shares son Archie with Harry, was the narrator of the Disney Plus docuseries Elephants, which premiered in April 2020, while Harry appeared in the Netflix documentary Rising Phoenix in August. Due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, Harry couldn't travel to Scotland to see his family, which made him upset, a source told In Touch. For now, the couple seem to be enjoying their new home in Santa Barbara, which is only about an hour from Los Angeles. My news today ended. How do you feel about it? Please let me know in the comments section, and everyone also discusses them together. If you feel so prefer with my video, remember to like and share it for anyone you think they also loved it. In addition, subscribe to the Sussex Daily News channel to not miss any new video news by my team. Now have a nice day and see you in the next videos.